good, yo? Welcome back to a brand new Comic Graphs Release issue number 3, a Black Cat. See what we got. All right, Felicia grabbing the phone. What is it now? So yeah, this is when things start to get pretty wild. Next page. TNM. Okay, Black Cat collars criminal. Here has a femme fatale turned her coat. Do people forget her and Peter were dating? Like, was that never public information about Spidey and Black Cat dating? I'm confused. Daredevil Science sparks romance rumors. All right. I decided to call Boris. Next page. Gah! To get his read on the situation. Boss, why do you sound half asleep? Because I am half asleep, Boris. What time is it anyway? It's almost 10:30 in the a.m. Okay, don't yell at me. Have you seen this article on threats and menaces? Oh yeah, it's threats and menaces. Okay. Of course I have. And in my opinion, it's a disaster. Why do you think it's good? Why don't you think it's good publicity? You know, get the world edge, strike fury to the hearts of my enemies, build my brand. You don't have a brand. You work in the shadows. Now every Tom, Dick, and Harry with a cell phone will be looking for you. Damn. God damn. God damn, Felicia. Okay, I'm done. What about these so-called romance rumors? That part is bogus. Daredevil and I just talked for like 3 minutes. It doesn't matter. People will believe anything they read on the internet. You got a huge spotlight on you now. And it's going to make doing your job it's going to make doing your job a lot more difficult. All I wanted to do was keep the other thieves from blowing up my spot. Now, no, you wanted to play hero, and heroes end up on the news. Congratulations, you did it. Anyway, I gotta leave for you. Assuming you can find the time in your busy schedule of being internet famous. Oh no, what is it? More vampires, mummies, zombies? This time it's mere standard issue smuggling. So there's a normal day in the tri-state area. What a relief. The afternoon, next page. I camped out the majority of the above the major Diagon way to wait for a superior suspicious unmasked truck. Suspiciously unmarked truck Boris had identified. It was already starting to feel natural. This shift from being on the wrong side of the law, being on the, well, maybe not the right side, but the other side. After all, it's not like I've never helped the good guys before. I've always done what feels right in the moment. The stakes felt a lot higher. This, however, the stakes felt higher. Very nice spike pose, Felicia. Very nice. You hear that? Sounds like something's hit the roof. Must have been a bird or something. Hi! What? Ugh. Almost immediately, I recognized my skills as a burglar didn't help a whole lot when it came to carjacking an 80,000-pound semi. Hey! Whoa! I didn't expect to have a gun in my face. Oh, there it is. I didn't expect to have a gun in my face the moment I stuck my head through the passenger side window either. I don't know what games you play in that cat lady, but you are in way over your pretty little head. What in the world is that? That's not what I freaked out. I freaked out. What the fuck? Why is there a giraffe driving the car? Why is it? What? Bro, 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 ain't no way. Why is there a giraffe driving the car? What freaked me out was the guy driving the car. I'm pretty sure I've seen him before in Night Nurse's waiting room. I didn't like him dead either. Why does he look like a giraffe? Why does he look like a giraffe? Skull. Despite the adorable experience, I could tell he was a tough customer. You'll get you'll get where you'll get you're going. You'll get where you're going. I'm just along for the ride. I was confident that with little luck, I could get the two of them to see things my way. Head explosion emoji. What the? How'd you get my gun? I made it to Jersey. Oh, so Felicia grabbed it. That was supposed to be a simple one-stop drop. I understand why we suddenly had. I don't understand why we suddenly had such bad luck. So I said to him, "Well, Jim," his name was Jim. Bad luck just seems to follow some people around. Oh. Well, you're just gonna be. You're just. Oh. Well, you're just gonna be the unlucky one in a minute, Kathleen. Sure I am, Jim. All you organized crime types like to pretend you got some kind of shadowy secret that no one else understands, and that will blow up in the hero's face at some appropriately dramatic moment. Of course, last time it turned out to be true. Oh God! But they didn't. But they didn't. But they don't. But they don't need to know that. Why doesn't your friend even say anything? The mule? He doesn't talk. Why not? Didn't you watch Natural Geographic as a kid? Giraffes can't make any sounds. Wait, that's a thing. I did not know that giraffes can't talk. So why is he called the mule if he's a giraffe? You're about to find out. I thought you got me. He called the mule because he moves contraband a lot of it, evidently from outer space. Whoa! And a mule who can't snitch, absolute genius. What the heck is all this? It's a grow operation. Hallucinogen plants on the planet Rigel. They pay in platinum bars for this stuff off planet. Though I was making good. Though I was going to make enough money to run on this run to pay off my Mercedes, until you showed up. I'm afraid you'll have to leave the Benz on auto pay for a while longer, Jimbo. Both of you are coming with me to the police station. Sorry, I can't let you do that auntie, cat lady. The fuck is Kamala doing here? I guess Kamala's commit career. I had to throw her in somehow. Like, I will throw in my girl Kamala. Kamala, where you at, girl? It's been a minute. A super secret agency has been watching this operation. We're gonna want to debrief these guys, and I don't want to say anything mean. But you're probably messed up their intelligence gathering by busting in here like this. You're that kid, the stretchy kid. That's me, Miss Marvel. Wait a minute, I know you. You're Black Cat. You stole my phone that one time. That wasn't me. That was a misunderstanding. Next page. So it's okay. I got it back in the end. We're getting off track. You're just a child. What do you care? What do you care who's taking these guys down? Sorry, not my call. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm just the default New Jersey person. Hey! Honestly, if it was up to me, I told you let you walk. You walk out of here with these two bozos. Then why don't you? Nobody else knows I'm even here. The giraffe. Well, you know how crime runs deeper than most people think, and 99% of it is stuff you can't see, like wage theft and whatever. Same goes for crime fighting. It's mostly invisible, even especially when it's intergalactic. I love that. I love that piece that ran about that. I love that piece they ran about you on Threats and Menaces. By the way, the photos are great. Sure, yeah, thanks. See you later, I guess. Wait a minute, you're making enemies you can't afford, lady. You have your day in bright lights, but then what? You may be a cat, but you don't got 9 lives. Honestly, I didn't pay much attention to Jim's threat. After all, he was being carried out the door by a teenage fidget spinner. My immediate concern that was that yet again a costume do-gooder had had eaten my lunch. Hi, is this Threats and Menaces on the is this a Threats and Menaces tip line? I've got a lead on a hot story. Apparently, Black Cat just tried to take down a sinister smuggling ring in New Jersey, and got stonewalled by a unquote intelligence agency using a teenager as a go-between. Whoa, big if true. The ones above This one's above my pay grade. I'm patching you through to the guy who wrote the Black Cat story. Wait, you mean J. Jonah Jameson here? To whom am I speaking? You know who this is. Well, look who the cat tried to. Uh-huh. Yeah, stellar banter. I never heard that one before. Did you see the article? Of course I saw the article. The entire internet saw the article. Well, what did you think? Oh, God. Oh, my nose. Romance rumors with Daredevil? Seriously? You two look pretty cozy in those photos. It wasn't a stretch. I was trying to do a job. But anyway, listen, that's not what I call. I call because twice I've tried to fight crime, and twice so-called heroes has either gotten in my way or told me I wasn't allowed. Now that's a story. This time it was that loopy ex-kid from New Jersey. Miss Marvel? That sounds right. Well, what did you expect? You thought you could just switch sides and expect the people who've been risking their lives for good old law and order to thank you? Well, yeah. Next picture. Listen, this is not a threats and menaces story. This is a discussion to have with your therapist. Give me a call when you actually call her a bad guy. Then I promise I'll have photographers standing by waiting to capture your best sides. And BC, uh-huh. Don't let all this new attention go to your head, okay? Thieves love shiny things, and the spotlight is the shiniest thing of all. But it's fool's gold. Well, goodbye to you too. If there's one thing I hate, it's ending up in New Jersey for absolutely no reason. As it's time to look at train schedules. Looks like we got the Sandman. Jameson was right about one thing. Being the public spotlight isn't all roses and heart emojis. For every person who's decided to become your newest biggest fan, there's another who's decided to make you their mortal enemy. Next page. There he was, Mr. Sandman, one of the only people outside of a handful of elite thieves who has what it takes to sneak up on him. Not because he's smart or agile, but because he's functionally just a bag of concrete. You shouldn't have listened to the kid. Don't go snooping around in places you don't belong. You know what else they say? You know what they say? Curiosity killed the cat. Yeah. Why does everyone feel the need to speak it to me in cliches? You got a smart mouth for such a dumb blonde. Not sure I'd call myself blonde, just more, less talking, more kicking. Oh, you think you can do whatever you want. Switch sides, steal, you switch sides, steal, switch sides again without any consequences, but you'll pay for that. I'm just a dumb blonde thief, remember? I've never paid for anything. Ugh. In retrospect, I should have used that split second of opportunity to hit him. But when a guy like that calls me names, it's hard not to want the last word. With all that, it went dark. When I came to again, it was still dark, but only because I was wearing some kind of hood and being dragged across cold floor, which is never a good sign. Ah, Tombstone. Here, she's here. Here she is, boss, as promised. Sometimes you can see a disaster coming your way. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you should have, but you didn't. Alone, Miss Cat. I think it's time for us to get better acquainted. And Tombstone was the kind of disaster that I should have seen coming from a mile away. But Jameson was right. Was right about something else. I was too dazzled by the bright lights to see the shadows creeping up. Next, one of the good guys, I swear. And that's the end of the issue, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic issue, man. I really enjoyed this one. The giraffe thing, though. I was not expecting to see a goddamn giraffe driving the car, man. Anyway, guys, overall, I give this issue a 9 out of 10, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on social if you feel like it. Links are below. And as always, back for more. See you guys next time.